and be ready to yield to them as you exit. That's it. So next time you're at a roundabout, make sure to follow these simple rules. Slow down, look around, be ready to yield. 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 Slow down.
Hi, I'm Robert Nino. I'm a Code Enforcement Officer for the City of McAllen. The City of McAllen's Code Enforcement Division would like to remind all property owners about the importance of maintaining your lawn and keeping your property in compliance. According to the city ordinance, grass or weeds taller than 15 inches are considered a code violation. If your property is found to be in violation, the city will send a notice letter by mail. You'll then have 10 days to mow the property and come into compliance. Please be aware, if the grass exceeds 4 feet, the city has the authority to abate without notice. Overgrown grass doesn't just hurt curb appeal. It can attract unwanted pests and create safety concerns, especially during hurricane season when growth can get out of control quickly. And don't forget, grass clippings left behind after mowing can create additional problems. Please be sure to properly dispose of your clippings and keep sidewalks, storm drains, and neighboring properties clean and safe. For more information, come by our development center located at 311 North 15th Street, or give us a call at 956-681-1900.
Hello, my name is Denny Moline. I am the Director for the McAllen Parks and Recreation Department, and welcome to Camp McAllen. If you're looking for outdoor adventure, this hidden 20-acre gem in North McAllen is the place to be. From archery and hiking to kayaking, fishing, and camping, there's something for everyone. Or if you prefer to relax, take a seat under the gazebo and enjoy the peaceful surroundings. Camp McAllen is now officially open and free to the community to use. Regular hours of operations are Tuesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Please note that closing times may vary depending on the season. Do you need equipment? We've got you covered. Our storefront offers rentals including kayaks, tents, fishing poles, and archery gear. The store is open Tuesday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and again from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday through Sunday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. As always, safety comes first. The McAllen Parks and Recreation Department encourages all visitors to read and follow the posted rules to ensure a fun and safe experience for everyone. So whether you're coming alone or bringing family and friends, we invite you to enjoy your new park, Camp McAllen, and make memories in the great outdoors. For more information, please contact the McAllen Parks and Recreation Department at 956-681-3320 or visit mcallenparks.net.
When you see flashing lights on the side of the road, move over or slow down. Put a lane between you and them if possible. It's not just a courteous thing to do, it's also the law.
And now we move into a workshop of the McAllen City Commission held in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. All workshops are open to the public and serve as an opportunity for city staff to present detailed information, reports, and updates to the commission in preparation for future action or decisions. While no formal votes are taken during these sessions, workshops play an important role in the city's policymaking and decision-making process.
Good afternoon. It is Monday, January 26, 4:03 p.m. We will call the workshop to order. Item number one, do we have questions for staff related to the agenda?
No items, Mayor Pro Tem.
I know that I received one phone call earlier today just asking about the regular meeting agenda and whether there was an item on it to rezone any properties in the downtown area as either a blanket or otherwise. There is not. There is no rezoning item related to, other than application, and I don't believe any of them are in the downtown area, but there is no city-initiated blanket item on the agenda for any rezoning in the downtown area. I just want to make sure that's patently clear for the commission and the public.
Very well.
Very well. On that, Ike, what do we have? Item two?
Okay, commissioners, we have design professionals here with Eduardo Mendoza to give an update on the status of design development for the new City Hall project.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem, City Manager, City Commission. Thank you for letting us present today. We wanted to give an update on the new City Hall design. We came before you, I think, sometime in October and showed some elevations. We had got some comments. We've gone back and met with the city manager and got a little direction on to present y'all some two options. One is a modern look and one is a modern look which ties in with our current culture and amenities that we have here at the city of McAllen to kind of tie that identity. And so what we're going to present to you today is those two elevations, and then we're going to seek your all's feedback on those options. And I have Rudy Molina with Milnet here to help guide us through that. And so,
Can I jump in real quick?
Yes, sir.
Just to add a little context to the conversation that Eduardo and I had, we reflected a lot on the comments we heard the first time we showed you some potential renderings for what a new City Hall building might look like. We took those to heart. We knew that the commission wanted a more modern take on what this facility can be. And so that was the direction that the architect went, and very literally went that far. What I challenged them to do, though, was think about quintessential McAllen. Think about the structures that when you look around the city of McAllen, you think, that calls McAllen. So whether it was the old mansion at Quinta Mazatlan or the Chamber Building, the aesthetics of the convention center, to look at how we have designed the facilities that we use and promote on a very regular basis, and to take a modern take on what quintessential McAllen might look like. And so what we have for you today is, I think, a couple of options. One that looks at what a modern building might look like, and one that takes a stab at modern quintessential McAllen. So that was the direction that from my office engineering got, and we want to see what you think about that and take any additional feedback you may have as we move on through this process. So sorry, just wanted to jump in with that.
Thank you, Ike. Thanks for introducing this. So if we can go to the first slide, this is just going to be a layout. So if we look at option one, this is us looking south to the main entrance of the building. As we discussed, we would try to close Houston Avenue, and so you could see a courtyard, and there would be a courtyard between this building and future City Hall. Rudy, if you want to describe the modern look in that.
Can I just interrupt you before we start? Because I know this looks extremely grander, and it looks extremely large, just to make it a simple term. And, the public will be viewing and seeing this. We're looking at this of what are our needs for the next 25 to 30 years.
Yes, sir.
if not 40. So, that's what you have to look at, that whatever we're doing and the decisions that we'll made are going to be made in the next year to two, and then build it in the next 2 to 3 years after that, that in 5 years, that building will take us to the next, the next 25 to 30 years of growth. And that's what we look at, and that is the reason why we spend the time that we need to do to prepare ourselves for future generations to be able to be serviced out of this building. And that's what I want everyone to understand, that this is not because this current commission or the next commission, wants to have a new building. It is for the next two generations to use.
Commissioner, those comments are well taken. And I'll add to that in this building right now, we really are working on top of each other. We're out of space. We have staff that, are sharing offices, are working in areas that are probably smaller than what they need to accomplish the tasks that they accomplish. So this facility has served us very, very well, but we are busting at the seams and ready to think about what the future looks like. So
And how old is this facility?
30 years.
30 years, exactly. If not 35, yeah.
Also, listen, real quick, I don't want to take up more time, but I understand that this would also take in departments that are currently housed in the development center, right?
Yes, sir. The concept for this redesign and restructuring would be to move departments that we had originally housed in City Hall and moved off-site back to City Hall, or either this building or the new building, with the intention of increasing operational efficiency so that departments like planning, engineering are not displaced from City Hall and have access to management and decisions that need to be made on a relatively quick basis.
Thank you.
And then the last thing that I want to say is that the brunt of this expenditure, okay, is not going to be, done by this generation only. It will be this generation and future generations that will be fronting it. So what we're looking at to do is to have something that will be, to take us there. And also we're going to be studying how the expenditures are being paid, that it's not just coming out of today's taxpayers' monies. Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner. That was very good.
But now we can go.
If you
Now,
wanna
take it
kinda-
away, Rudy.
If you kind of want to describe what the look we were going for here.
This is looking at mainly having the grand entrance with the glass, which is, for some reason, when people think of modern buildings, it's a glass building. But we want to this is facing north, so you will not get any direct sunlight into the building. And I think as we move through some of the other elevations, you'll see some screening elements that can be used here, but it would be just for looks. On the other side, they're needed. But I think one of the things you all mentioned is the blended with the Spanish and what we have in McAllen, because I think Mr. Zamora had mentioned branding. So that's one of the things you want to look at when you're looking at the elevations. How do you want to brand McAllen with this building?
So this is a night view that we have here of the same elevation. If you're looking south, you'll see the north face of the building. You can see the logo. You can see that we have the logo on the left side of this picture here. And then at night, you do have an element where you light up some of the building, kind of give it a nice little modern look there.
Part of the transparency, which is also goes with the city, you want to be transparent to the public.
Go to the next slide. So here's just another view. We're looking at the same view, but from another angle. You can see some of the shading that Rudy talked about. This side of the building, which is on the
Setting sun.
facing west, would get sun, and so you do have some screening on the glass. That elevator shaft, we did screen it at the last meeting. It was discussed that how would we, it would heat up that room or the staircase. And so that has been kind of shaded. There would be some type of shading elements to help shade those windows. And again, you can see the plaza, the parking, some of the greenery around, and then the atrium at the top, which brings in sunlight to the building. Here's a look of that view at night, so you can see how there's that clear and transparent view from the main side of the building, but on the west side, you can see the screening element where the sun is kind of screened during the day, and it gives you that effect where it's less transparent as you walk through. But you have that colonnade is what you call it?
Yeah, it's a colonnade on the bottom.
On the bottom, kind of gives you a passage where you're walking in the shaded structure. Here, now we're looking at the north. If we're facing north, you're looking at the south face of the building. Here we do have the windows with some shading. This side of the building does get a little bit of sun, and so you would want to screen that slightly to help with the heat. And then you can see that the modern look is the kind of like a capstone with the trim and that glass look again. I don't know if you want to add anything.
And also gives you a layered look where you see the first and second floor, then you have the glass, and then you have the fifth floor on top. But it kind of gives you, it's a very flat elevation, but here it looks more three-dimensional because of the materials.
Next view would be a night view. And so with the lighting, you can kind of work with that lighting. You can see that it gives another element at night. Very nice look, very crisp look. With the landscaping, the windows, and that lighting, you get that little pop. And then like Rudy said, there's that layering. With that light, you can see that layering. Here's another view from a side angle of that. You're looking from the east to the west, or kind of catty corner. Here's a night view kind of set back a little further out where you can see the building. Orient yourself with the logo on the right side of the page, a City of McAllen logo. In the back, you can see the old City Hall. They kind of rendered it, not all the way, but you can kind of get a feel for where you're at here. If you look in the back of the picture, you can see the old City Hall and the colonnade back there. So when we go into option 2, before we start, going back to a little bit of what the city manager said, when Ike called me, he said, he wanted it to be timeless, to look at civic landmarks and get that welcoming feel from the City of McAllen, if we could incorporate that. So we called Rudy and asked Rudy and his team if they could give us something a little different that can incorporate something that was timeless and incorporated elements that feature the City of McAllen. And so this is try to just put a little bit of that into it, and that's what we tried in this second option. So if we look at the second option, I'll let Rudy go through what he kind of added to get a little bit of that flair for that.
We actually was mentioned last time about the arch windows on this building. So the first floor features an arcade on the bottom, except in the front it is just arch windows. And then the top, we added the Spanish tile with the cornice that has the wood beam look on it. It's just a blend between modern and the Spanish tile.
So he just put a little hint of it just to kind of get a taste of the City of McAllen, as you can tell on the roof line, and then with those arched windows on the right of that picture, kind of adds the element of McAllen, the City Hall, as Ike said, Quinta. When you look at when we flip to the other feature, there's some more elements that we put in, a little more pronounced on the other side. So this is a night view for you to look at. Same direction. Let's see so this is the same view that we're looking at, which is we're looking south, and that's the north face of the building. You can see the top of the roof line. You can see that, what type of tile is that?
Spanish tile.
Spanish tile. And then on the bottom, you can see the colonnade and the arched windows. The front of the building is arched windows, and then on the side, it's the colonnade, and you walk underneath there. I don't know if you wanted to add anything.
Yeah, no, it's just a colonnade. After the stairwell, it's a colonnade. Before, it's just all the arched windows.
Go to the next view, Mario. This is the nighttime, kind of the same thing. And then if we move to the next. So now, this is the south face of the building. We're looking north. And again, you have the colonnade on the bottom with the arched, with the arches. And then in the top, we have the Spanish tile roof. Kind of gives it that different look. And now you also have the shaded windows in the back for screening the sun, as this side of the building would get some sun. The arching, just very subtle. Didn't want to make it too grand. And again, like Rudy said, it's got that layering. Now it's got that additional layering with that roof line at the top. And so if you look at the night view, would be looking at it, you're at floor level looking up. The lighting does add something here, adds that crisp look, but now you have the colonnades at the bottom, and then the top you have the Spanish tile roof with the wood beam. Now we're looking at the angle, and I don't know if you want to add anything on here.
Yeah, actually, the colonnade is a little bit more refined here on this one than the previous elevation. So it's a little thinner going around but it's the same with the base for the arcade, and it wraps all around the building up until you get into the commissioners.
Is that roof there on the corner, right, on the right corner? Is that roof designed for standing functions, anything?
The only one that might be would be the one on the 5th floor.
No, I'm not talking, yeah. That one, yeah.
Yeah, no, that won't be. The other one will, because
What other one?
Top level.
right there.
Oh,
Oh, that.
Yeah, because that's actually going to be a concrete foundation on that roof. If you go around, you can actually see that those could actually become doors that open onto that balcony.
And they're saying the reason why you couldn't have that is what?
Oh,
They,
the entire 5-foot story building is all concrete like this building. It's only that little section that's going to be steel.
that's gonna be what?
Steel.
Steel.
A steel building, yes. Yeah, because that's a 2-story and it's not supporting anything above it, so it doesn't need to be concrete. So that's the reason.
With Commissioner Aguirre, I mean, that space can be like a terrace or something. You're talking about a side one.
Yeah,
Very, very
yeah, it's a
narrow.
balcony.
The other one calls for a better.
I mean, we can reinforce the steel, but yeah, that was the only part that was
You
steel.
can
Yeah.
quote it both ways.
May he rest in peace, but he would say, it's only money.
But it's
Take advantage of it.
You know,
Important because when there's space and he's there, it can be an outdoor.
The look.
Makes sense.
it's something we can look at. I mean, we're early enough in the design that again,
Oh, yeah.
option 1, option 2, any comments on the differences or likes, dislikes?
no, I like, I like the idea of incorporating what I would call elements of McAllen, right? To have City Hall maintain some identity rather than just be a new building that can be planted anywhere. And so I think it's critical we move in that direction. So I'm definitely looking at more of the modern with some traditional elements. Personally, I think the options are basically the same to me, just with picking a different roof or some window silhouettes, right? So I don't see really a selection of really differing options. If this is the design, I would move towards including traditional elements. I would even go as far as to say probably not, didn't go as far as I would prefer, in blend of traditional to some of the modern, or in blending, really bringing in more of sort of the local culture or local feel and history into the building. I would say take it even farther, personally. And, even in some discussions I had with Ike, I said, I think a lot of times we were looking at it and we said we wanted to complement this building, the current city hall. And so it was sort of, I felt we were looking at the existing building kind of constraining the new design, rather than saying, you know what, let's just design what we want. And if we need to, we can, I think you can create elements on this building that would then tie into the new design, right? So let sort of the new dictate the old, rather than, the old city hall dictate the new. I just don't want the new design to be kind of held hostage to trying to complement them each other too much, but by the old design, by this current design, because I think this city hall is nice, but I think it's pretty standard. Pretty
It's 35 years old.
Yeah.
35 years old, exactly.
And I look at the overall. I think if I'm looking at outside of the one that shows you that secondary element that kind of butts out, and you've got the logo and all of that. If you look at the view that really hits it from, is it the east side, where it's very symmetrical? Right, like one more. No, keep going. Like in this view, right? When I'm looking at this view, maybe it's a symmetry of it, or, but I get very much of like just a hotel feel, kind of a flagged hotel off the expressway, right? I'm trying to figure out exactly where the
Do the east angle, Mario?
Now, if I'm not mistaken,
And I think it's gonna be beautiful, but I get, trying to make it stand out from another commercial building, right? I don't want it to look like an office building. I want it to look like City Hall of McAllen.
to carry Commissioner Haddad's point too, the south door is going to probably be used mostly by our consumers, right? So I think, I'm going to use the word embellishment. Maybe we can embellish a little bit more of that southern side of it, a little bit more. Maybe not as much as maybe the northern half, but maybe small embellishment. Have a little bit more pop.
Yeah, because our parking will be on that side.
Yeah, the
Yes,
parking's
all
on
the
the south
parking's gonna
side.
be on that side.
So I think our citizens, our consumers, people doing city hall business are going to be on that side.
Walking on this side.
And they're never going to ever see the north side unless they have purpose to go all the way through to get to this building that we're occupying now. It looks a little understated. To me,
Right.
it could be brought out a little bit more. I don't know, put a fountain, put a little bit more.
Oh,
Balconies, I don't know. I like water. Because he's right, it kind of does look like a ubiquitous hotel entrance. You don't get that little pop.
Any other comments, likes, dislikes?
but more the Spanish style, but add more to it than just what we have.
Yeah, or elements picked out from throughout our city, right? Quinta's a great one. Yeah, the Chamber Building's got some character. It's not a public building, but the old hotel on Main Street has kind of local character.
Right.
The original Guerra buildings downtown have a lot of feel and look, right? But pulling from all of that, and I know even the airport went through a huge exercise to try to create identity within their new design.
Yes, sir.
There might be elements from that could touch into this, so then that it incorporates also into all the plans for the airport in the future. Similar elements, right?
Is that roof on top a clay roof, or what is that?
Spanish tile.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
a,
that?
it's a Spanish tile.
Is anybody ever going to see that? Huh?
The tilt of it, yeah, you'll see it. I think you have it in the front of
Probably similar to the DoubleTree. It's taller than this building, and you see it, right? The DoubleTree is kind of Spanish.
Yeah,
tile.
it's got the same, on the
Yeah.
top,
You
the
see
same,
it?
look.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
it.
And plus, you'll be on the expressway. I don't know if
I've
the
never looked at
overpass,
it.
but
Okay.
this will be facing the expressway.
I always learned that nobody looks up.
The cornice you'll see for sure. So that all the little beams that you see on the bottom, that you'll see.
Yeah.
So we'll take some of those comments. I think we'll work with Rudy.
But in this direction, the Spanish tile.
I
That'd
would
be
lean
the-
in that direction rather than.
Well, I think that's
strictly
not the
modern.
only direction. I think what, if I heard you correct,
They're more
Commissioner,
modern
is
than I am. So,
there's other buildings that we can use to tie in. They've given us Quinta, the old hotel, some of the Guerra buildings.
Yeah.
And so maybe
think-
looking at some of those styles and seeing how we can incorporate some of those elements.
I think there will be a need for functions. Okay. Currently here in this building, there is not any room really for function.
None.
So I'm not saying a massive function area, but there will be needs for functions at times, I believe. And, presentations and functions and, when you're, this also is a statement for the grandeur of our city. So when we have visitors or we have investors looking and they want to be where success is, and we have to show success. And, it works, them being. And our local residents, our local residents need to be proud of where they live and where we are. We're going to be growing. We had 200,000, 10 years.
Commissioners, if there's no other comments, that was our presentation. Unless there's any other comments you wanted to add to this presentation.
I sent you some photographs of some buildings that are very familiar to me, to actually Mario and to Eduardo, and I'll follow.
We'll get them to Rudy, and then if there's any comments, please let us know.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, they are. And I saw the color of that said six-pack balcony mall. You know me all too well, Commissioner.
Thank you for your feedback. It's much appreciated. We'll work with our architect and bring something back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rudy.
Mayor Pro Tem, next on the agenda, some time ago, Danny McAllen, Parks Director, came to me with the concept and idea for an outdoor fitness court concept that could be installed at Bill Shoup Park. And I asked him to put together a presentation to show you all what that might look like and get feedback from you if it's something you're interested in us moving forward on. And we are lucky to have Sarai here to walk you through what this might look like.
Oh, yeah, that's the other one, Court.
Pepe, right?
Just put a new place. Look on the water patio. ¿Ese verdad? ¿Ese es? Yeah, this one.
Good afternoon.
No, Bill Shoup is on the north side.
Thank you for having us to give you some more information on the Bill Shoup Fitness Court. So the Bill Shoup Fitness Court was a item that had been brought to our attention a few months ago on behalf of the National Fitness Campaign, and we were thankfully able to submit for a grant with the Grants Department to help us make this a possibility. This update will let you know about our partnership with the National Fitness Campaign and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas, and its focus on providing free, accessible outdoor fitness opportunities for our residents. And I'd like to walk you through the program, the timeline, and what the community will expect. So the National Fitness Campaign is dedicated to expanding access to healthy infrastructure to combat physical inactivity. Their mission aligns closely with our Parks and Recreation goals, creating equitable, accessible, and free wellness opportunities for all of our residents. Through support from the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas, cities like McAllen are able to bring world-class outdoor fitness equipment into public spaces. This partnership allows us to invest in preventative health, active park spaces, and encourage daily physical activity at no cost to the users. So our fitness court timeline. In August of 2025, Parks and Recreation with the Grants Department applied for a fitness court grant for our qualifying area at Bill Shute Park. They took into consideration the population around Bill Shute Park and the land availability in Bill Shute Park as well. We also had to look at the distance where the fitness court would be located and its proximity to any playgrounds or other amenities. In September of last year, the grant was awarded of $60,000, and we received our approved budget for October 1st for the project of $200,000. In October of 2025, the item was presented to Commission for approval, and then in November through December, manufacturing and shipping of the equipment was sent over to the Parks and Recreation Office. In January this year, we submitted art ideas to the fitness court and also started to pre-plan for our concrete slab. We are looking forward to, in February, to begin the pour of the concrete slab with our, originally was with our city contractor, but we're going through our bids at the moment. And then in-house, our parks trades helpers will install the equipment also in February. And in March, we'll be installing our art wall sticker and logo onto the fitness court with the goal of opening the fitness court to the public in April of this year. Here's a aerial of Bill Shute Park, and like I mentioned earlier, we needed to keep into consideration the proximity to existing playground systems. So the fitness court will be on the west side of Bill Shute Park. The 7 elements that are outlined or emphasized, on the fitness court are the core, the squat, the push, lunge, pull, agility, and bend. All of the items, all of the exercise equipment that's found here on the fitness courts give our public the opportunity to do circuit training through all of these 7 movements. As for our art wall, this is a sample of what the fitness court art will look like along the wall. For Bill Shute Park, the chosen theme has been our McAllen pollinators, tying the facility into our local environment and our park identity. The art wall serves both as functional and aesthetic purposes. It creates a strong visual landmark, reinforces McAllen branding, and enhances the overall park experience. We decided to highlight on the design prickly pear with a honeybee, a queen butterfly who is here year-round with a Texas lantana, and then our purple sage with a bumblebee. So we've submitted those art ideas to the fitness court, and they are working on a design that will be sent back to us, and then it will be applied to the wall as a giant sticker once we have everything erected there at the park. And then the fitness court is digitally connected through the free fitness court app available on both Apple and Android. Users can access a library of workouts led by nationally recognized trainers with options for beginners, intermediate, and advanced levels. The workouts are also available through YouTube and the NFC Movement Library. The app includes an interactive map so residents and visitors can easily find nearby fitness courts. Additionally, the app integrates with Apple and Android health kits, allowing users to track their steps, their heart rate, calories burned, and time spent on the fitness court. This technology component adds value by making the fitness court more engaging and helping users stay motivated and consistent with their fitness goals. In closing, this project represents a strong partnership, a smart investment in public health, and an enhancement to Bill Shoup Park. The fitness court will provide free, accessible fitness opportunities while encouraging outdoor activity and healthy lifestyles for residents of all ages and abilities. We appreciate the Commission's continued support and look forward to bringing this amenity to the community this spring. If there's any questions that I might be able to answer?
I know it was important to the mayor and some of the commissioners that we emphasize enhancing park spaces and encouraging fitness and outdoor activity. So I thought this was a good time to let you all know where we were in this project.
Are we doing something at Curia Park
I don't think so.
on 29th and Curia Park? What's it called?
Xenia?
Yeah, it is, right? Xenia Park.
Xenia Park. We do have some playground equipment that will be maintained, like when we have to switch out decks because of rust and things like that, but not any
We're
particular
not doing
project.
wellness.
There are a few parks that have been earmarked for exercise equipment, and they are working with the precinct with Ms. Eli Torres. So there are some.
I think that's where I heard also.
There are several that she wants to work on. I don't remember exactly what the list is, but I can get that for you.
Can you follow up?
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem, items 4A and 4B are eligible to be discussed in executive session.
Yeah, we'll convene to recess to executive session.
Yeah, I should have sat you on the other side of the room.
Oh, yeah.
This concludes the workshop of the McAllen City Commission. Workshops are held on the second and fourth Monday of each month at 4 p.m. in the City Commission chamber, located on the third floor of McAllen City Hall. The public is always welcome to attend or view online. Thank you for staying informed and engaged with the City of McAllen.